Buffalo and Logan do side by side in your film review?
They did a good job. I mean, they put in a good week of work, and they were getting more and more comfortable. As cliche as it sounds, the work they put in Wednesday, how much more comfortable in just one day you can be going into that Thursday, the Friday, and then obviously preparing to play on Sunday. And I thought right from the rip they played good ball, but you could see them as the game went on, they just got more and more comfortable. So just try to build off that. Continuity is something that we'll take right now, and like any other team, So it'll be good to see them just continue to improve.
You obviously want that across the entire line, that rhythm together,
Sure.
but particularly on the interior, on either side of the center. Are there different things you can see or different ways you can tell when that rhythm is starting to really find itself?
Yeah, just when how they're hitting blocks, how it just looks in unison, right? Like you can just tell when a line's gelling together and when they're not, right? And then once they are, they can feel that, and I think anyone can see just the kind of the confidence that can bring, and then the production that comes with it. Not from a point standpoint, but production within that room. Moving moving the people within your combinations, protecting the right way, and usually that leads to good things for an offense.
How do you describe Matthew's demeanor? You guys are down at the end of the game, fourth quarter, overtime, and he gets
That he's always in the fight, and everyone can feel that, and he's stoic, if you will, but he's also he just loves competing, and so it's just, again, I've said it numerous times, when nine's out there, there's never a time, no matter what the score is, no matter what point of the game is, that you don't feel as a Ram that you have a chance to win the football game. And that's just been who he is throughout his career. He's tough as they come, and that's mentally too. He's a joy to watch in those situations. He's a joy to watch when you're winning big, when you're down a little bit, when you got to have the kind of second half that we had.
What confidence does that give some of the young guys on this team who maybe have not been in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, again, if it's you got 9, so it's you better be in the right place at the right time, because he's if the defense gives you that look, he's going to make them pay, and those guys know it. So again, players, coaches, fans, anyone, when you got a quarterback at his caliber, you're going to feel pretty confident in any situation.
What stood out about the way that he and the receivers in particular worked together last Sunday?
Yeah, I thought, again, it was kind of like up front, I mean, there was some continuity there, and and we'll continue to just kind of build on that. So I thought all those guys did a good job in their own way. Again, none of them worried about the production or anything like that. It's just one play at a time, doing your assignment, and the ball will find you if it's the right coverage. I mean, that was a zone coverage outfit until third down, so you can't control where the ball is going to go half the time as a play caller. It's just what the zone dictates, and better be in the right spot. And if it's underneath, you better have all the fundamentals to get up the field and do all the things that we preach.
What did it do?
Go ahead.
What did it do for the psyche of the offense to get Kyron going?
Yeah, he just brings such a great play energy, right? And you just can kind of feel it. He had the wide zone off the left side where Hufanga had a pretty cool hit on him, right? I mean, that's football at its finest right there. And for him to pop up, kind of that pop-up swag, and you can feel that from the sideline. You can feel that from the bleachers, in terms of just what kind of energy that brings. So offensive guys feed off of it, defensive guys feed off of it. He's a stud, we'll look to get him going again.
How would you describe what Tutu did, and for him to continue to do that, develop?
Yeah, no, he took advantage of his ops, right? I mean, he had some ops where 2 big ones on third down. The shallow cross was an incredible catch right there in terms of, kind of tipping it to himself, and then just kind of with those motions that he was going through, getting through there and making it clean and moving the sticks a little bit. And then obviously we know that last one where he was able to kind of set Charvarius there. He ran an out route. A few series before that, maybe 2 series before that on the other guy, but all those DBs talk, and so for him to kind of set that route up for himself and get the right coverage and protection in Matthew and everyone to make that play come to life. I mean, again, he took advantage of his ops, and now it's just building off of that.
Yeah, whenever over the last few seasons, whenever kind of Tutu's had an opportunity and taken advantage of it, it seems like Sean will say, always comes back and says, yeah, I blame it on me. He should have had more opportunities. So how do you guys get him consistently involved to be able to make those?
Yeah, I mean, there's, again, that's stuff that we talk about Monday through all the way till game time, right? In terms of, what we're trying to accomplish. Sometimes it's out of your control, though. Sometimes it's what the defense is doing and how it dictates. Again, just talking about this, the Niners, you don't really see posts get over top their head very often, even as fast as a guy as Tutu. And so, you know, you're just not going to get those ops very often. And we did, and he took advantage of it. If that guy would have played it a little bit different, or they would have been in a different coverage right there, it wouldn't have gone to him. It would have gone to D-Rob just like it did a couple series before. So again, heck yeah, we want to get all these guys involved. I want every single one of these receivers to have 7 catches, 2 tugs, and 100 every single weekend and throw for 1,000 yards. But it just doesn't work like that, you know. And what's cool about that group is they understand that. They want to win, they want to execute, and just kind of keep it moving.
Poor guys.
Moving to so much 12 personnel last week, despite only having 2 tight ends up who had experienced it with the ones in that regard. Can you take us through what the work week was like? I know I asked you about it last week, but for obvious reasons we're going to talk
Couldn't really talk about it?
Yeah, but if you could take us through a similar question, what the process of the workflow is like, and how you guys have to go to that recall of what you installed.
Yeah, I mean, you always have a menu. I mean, it's not like 12 personnel is reinventing the wheel, right? We didn't throw 3 running backs out there, 1 receiver, and an extra lineman. You know, I mean, it was a very, typical personnel group that, we did last year, and through the first couple of games we didn't. And, we adjusted to the personnel we had, and those guys went in there again. When you're in that personnel, it's not that different for most people. You just add that extra tight end, but they're still hitting the same combinations. We're still trying to distribute the field the same way. You got so much trust in a guy like Hunter Long, Davis Allen, to come in and be that second tight end. Football's not too big for them. The league's not too big for them. It's not too fast for them. They're smart dudes. So, it's just about going and executing their assignments. And, again, the other guys, they're not as concerned about it because they're just executing their blocks and their assignments.
Having Hunter available, though, this year to contribute in that way, I mean, he went through a lot last year. So what has his demeanor been like, and how have you gotten to know him?
Yeah, I'm just happy for him as a player. All these guys that have to battle through injuries, whether it be a week or a year or 2, whatever it is. So, he's had his fair share of issues from an injury standpoint. So again, for a guy like him to go out there, I thought he did some really good things in the run game and protection and stuff like that. So for him to go out there and have some success on a Sunday, it's really kind of why you do it.
Chicago. Go ahead.
There's obviously a lot of conversations with the coaches who coach under Sean McVay about the head coaches. Curious, is there anything that Sean does as a head coach that maybe other head coaches wouldn't do that kind of puts guys in a position where to get that experience and succeed at that level?
You're saying for like guys like Kevin and Rod?
Like when he was saying
yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be around quite a few good head coaches, and this being obviously one of the best, and for right reasons. But his ability to be extremely detailed, but just the urgency he has within the building, but also the players not feeling like anxious, right? In terms of just, hey, you handle your business day in and day out. You're going to do it with as much joy as we can within those days. Is it all roses and daisies every day? Heck no, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, there are going to be discussions and stuff, and there's a lot to work through within a week that a lot of people don't see. But he keeps it positive, he keeps it urgent, and again, I think if you ask, most importantly, the players, let alone the coaches, they enjoy coming into this building every day. And that's a credit to him. It's a credit to Les. It's a credit to our ownership. This building does it right.
There's some venues in sports, obviously, that are iconic. Where did Chicago rate for you?
It's up there. I mean, I went to school in Chicago. I went to a place called Elmer's College. I'm from a small town in Michigan. No offense to Detroit, we didn't go to Detroit very often. We, if we were going to vacation, Chicago was the place. So I was there before they redid it. Back, I think I was like 7 years old. We got a little tour of it. Remember going to training camp with my dad when, I think that was 94 or something like that, when they were at Olivet Nazarene or something like that. So to answer your question, it's a cool place. I've only played there once personally, my first year with the Niners in 17, so it's been a while. But I know that fan base is awesome. That place is going to be rocking. They got a great defense. They got an exciting young offense. So we're going to have our hands full, and our guys will be ready.
So you and the Bears have struggled establishing the run for multiple reasons. But you guys had Karen for the 49ers and a few good runs for the game. I was wondering about the challenge of Chicago. Do you guys see this as more of a shootout game or more defensive?
Oh, I mean, I hope it's hope it's a lot of points for us and not a lot for them. So, no, I mean I don't put predictions on any of that kind of stuff. Again, you just try to execute one play at a time, one drive at a time. The game can go in so many different ways. It's somewhat in your control and somewhat not. So, again, it's going to be a great battle, and we'll see what direction it goes. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mike.